Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Gone Home. So, besides the picking up of items, and we're about to go into the library, the journals here, I don't think there's really going to be any uh, scoring system in this game. I think we're going to mostly just have to talk it out and understand what's going on by itself. And if we look at the items here, there's literally 6 slots. So I'm not expecting a ton of items to be picked up. So even if we see special books on the bookcase, right now I'm not, I think, in the position where I can pick any of them up. Let's see, what is this one called? Tales. I don't know. Tales A something. Probably complete edition. Bishop Gray. I would love to have a house with a library, but I wouldn't put books in it, really. I'd fill it with video games and movies. And I guess, wait a minute, I do have a house full of video games and movies. So, I guess technically I do have a library in my house. I call it my TV room and it's full of a big old TV, but it's almost the same. The only difference is it has not as many bookshelves. I have 6 bookshelves that are about a third of the width in my TV room. And on top of each one is a surround sound speaker. So I have a 7.1 surround system in the house. And then next to one of them I have a bookshelf that is the proper width. And in that I have mostly Lego figurines to show off. Yep. Trims and trials and tribulations. Yeah, I have a small collection of Lego things. I'm sort of picky about what I want. Grab Dad's second book, The Accidental Pariah. So if that's his second book, let's take this and carry this with us and put it there. Look at that for scale. Just look how giant that book is and how small this one was. And then the book here. Grab this. This is by Benjamin Almond. Look how big that book is comparison. So his second book's pretty small. I mean, it's not the size of a book. If you get one published, you get one published. And then, gosh, Dad. Gentlemen, Japan's bloody war on dolphins, Moscow by night, drugs, prostitution, the mafia, the new rules of love, ladies in the ring, the women of wrestling. And then we could toggle the text, but I can read it if it's type printed. So it's kind of cool that it has this hover text on top of it. What kind of father leaves porn or gentleman's magazines? Let's not call it porn, it probably isn't. Just laying about. So this is Fresh Magazine. True stories. I was a teenage drag queen. Readers tell us about their worst moments. 90210. Does anybody still care? The male gaze, how to subvert it. Sarah Holst not gathering moss. And then a tissue box. Let's turn on that lamp. What's this note? What is this? The accidental profit, the accidental profit. So is that notes that was leading towards the accidental pariah? A pin. I would be afraid if somebody was really OCD in there, because there's enough pins in this house to run around and put like all the pins in one place and all the books in one place. You could really do something detrimental to your mental health if you went down that path. This is weird. The way this library is arranged. Because there's only one door. This feels almost like a bedroom that got converted into a library. Which, again, I would love to do. I would love to have enough movies and video games to fill this up, and you know, I probably could. Here's a book. Let's read this. Stranger Under My Roof, the best-selling advice for parents of teens. Dr. Elsa Medina. So, either I was a difficult teenager or still am a difficult teenager, although I think if I went to Europe, I'm past being a teenager and now a young adult, or Sam is a difficult teenager. Let's open this folder and read this letter. Hey, and look, there is a number, 0451, probably opens the cabinet. Let's read this letter. Dear Terrence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they've become more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Even then, it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non sequiturs from the usable copy without heavy rewrites. The readers of home theater aficionados want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations on your childhood. If it were up to me, you wouldn't be writing this. I wouldn't be writing this letter. I'd just be cutting you loose. There's tons of guys half your age who would take half the rate to write stuff I could actually use. But David's known you for a long time and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. You should write him a nice note thanking him for his patience and generosity. Look through your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again. Then everybody will be happy. Brent Kurtwood, reviews editor, Home Theater Aficionado magazine. I'm happy I can pronounce aficionado somewhat correctly and read it. So 05451. We're actually going to do some gameplay elements here. We found the combination, we're going to put it in the combination block. There is an actual puzzle gameplay here. This is actually a game. What was it? 0451? 4, 5, and then 1. We got it? Let's read this document. Dear Mr. Mason, please find your enclosed your original document and a typed copy for your records. This is an attorney at law. The notarized copy will be filled out at our offices. Thank you for entrusting the firm with this important matter. Sincerely, Jeffrey Wise. Okay, it's a will and testament. I, Oscar Mason, possessing full competence of mind and memory and full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare this document my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County, that I am unmarried and have no children. I declare that I have no outstanding debts to my name, to any creditors living or dead. I do hereby bequeath every item of value of which I may die possessed, including the dwelling and surrounding acres located at Arbor Hill, as well as all my personal property and moneyed accounts, to my nephew, Terrence L. Greenbrier, Jr. of Ellis County. In the event of said Terrence L. Jr.'s should predecease me, then and in such event the bequest to him shall fall, and the same is bequeathed to his children as ordered by age and competence as stewards of the estate. I subscribe my name to this will this 13th day of August 1973, signed Oscar Mason, which 73, I don't know if Sam would have even been born there, so it might have just been a general because this is 1995, the timeline might be a little off. I'm going to start drawing graphs if I'm not careful. And this is just like the handwritten copy good, so we don't have to read that again. So, nothing super surprising there. Interesting. All three drawers open. And all three make some terrible sounds. I don't think there could be anything hidden in any of those. So, we'll just leave everything open and we'll move on. So even though the father is struggling as a writer of books, he's gotten one book published, and so he was struggling as a reviewer of electronics. But he's gotten one book published, and he's inherited this. Looks like he's taken to drinking too. He acquired the house and money from his uncle. They can't be doing too bad. They're living in a big old mansion. Oh, my heart just skipped a beat. I hear somebody talking. It's the TV.
Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevation.
Okay, it's a severe weather warning for Western region. Stormwatch Channel 5. And hauntings and poltergeist. And a soda. And a
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service.
Let's go ahead and turn this off so we don't listen to that, because that's spooky. So Sam is a high school kid. She's in high school, and yet she's making a fort. Maybe she's a little emotionally stunted. I don't know. It says 1995, and people were a little bit less mature back then. Heck, I was alive in 1995, and I wasn't very mature back then. Alright, so here's for February 17th, 1985. 95, sorry. Family Matters, Unsolved Mystery, Diagnosis Murder, Mantis, The Lucy Show on Nickelodeon. Was Nickelodeon in 95? Yeah, it was. TBS's Strange Luck, uh, Boy Meets World in 95. Dave's World Theater of Blood, Chinatown. The X-Files is on channel 25 at 9 p.m. Dateline Light. The movie Labyrinth, Sleepaway Camp on Showtime. That's a heck of a pick of a movie. Weird movie, Sleepaway Camp. I would not recommend watching it. Uh, American Gothic. There was this series called American Gothic, and it's kind of a series of a bunch of shows that were rather weird in my childhood that I often have a hard time remembering their name or remembering if they even existed, and American Gothic was one of them because they were very surreal, very odd, and they don't get rerun ever. Red Dwarf, pretty good British comedy, but I will say I have watched all of the Red Dwarfs that I could possibly get my hands on, and it has gotten rather old because I've watched it so many times, and the new reboots and a lot of times tried to do the exact same thing they did like a decade earlier. Uh, Also, one of the seasons of Red Dwarf, they did the entire season without a laugh track, and it drastically affected my experience for it because it would just be quiet right after they did a joke. It would just sit there, and sometimes in some shows, laugh tracks really help. Mork and Mindy, I wouldn't bother watching it. I did watch it as a kid. It was something to watch. What is Walker, Texas Ranger? Was that 95? Chicago Hope. What is this on 33 at 10:30? Cleghorn? I need to look that one up. Cleghorn. I've never heard of Cleghorn. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Space Above and Beyond. Steelyard Blues. Newscast. Matlock. Mr. Wizard's World. At 11 p.m.? Why are you showing Mr. Wizard on Nickelodeon at 11 p.m.? Oh. Well, whatever. So they want to watch the X-Files. Let's see. That was more of a mom's old work mug. So does she not work as a forestry person anymore? There's some matches and some wood. I would start a fire, but then I might burn down the house. Grab a candle, put it down. Grab a candle, put it down. Put the candles in the fireplace, light them there. There you go. Grab that matchbook. There's nothing. All the matches have been burned. Let's see. Another letter. Enclosed is the Pioneer unit. With remote, we need a half-page review for October issue. It's a combo player, so check its CD playback with a few discs as well. Definitely hit the signal to ratio, noise ratio, and toslink stuff for high-end buyers. I bet the signal to noise ratio was actually rather good back then. I don't know what a modern device signal to noise ratio should be. If you're looking for good. So, notify sender of new address. So they can shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, and throw it. I was kind of hoping it would explode. Some VHSs. Let's see. X-Files Season 1, Episodes 18 through 21. The Dark Crystal. So that's two references to Jim Henson movies. Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal. A highlighter. If you're thinking for a second that I personally in my real life don't pick up things and just throw them on the floor, I'm not going to say you're wrong or right. I'm just going to say you're wrong. I would totally do this. Just pick up things and throw it on the floor and let somebody else pick it up. Nah, just kidding. I actually try to keep things rather clean. It's easier to keep things clean than it is to clean a big mess later. But then again, if I was in a creepy house, I might just booby trap all the floor so that people make noise when they walk around. No, I don't want that fan on. I do not want that fan on. I don't know if I have a chance. There. The Time Machine, Fantastic Voyage. There's Ghostbusters and Labyrinth. I used to record the Andromeda Strain. I used to record a lot of things on VHS. Thank goodness for DVRs. Blade Runner Director's Cut. Oh, come on. Was the Director's Cut for Blade Runner in 95? Yeah. That's a good question. X-Files number 3, 4, 5. X-Files JFK. You know what's going to be really creepy? It's that book Dad wrote. Which one did he read? Right. The Accidental Savior. So, his first book was called The Accidental Savior. His second book was called The Accidental Pariah. He seems to have a theme going. And I seem to have a theme going too. Here, it looks like we could maybe play a tape later too. And we will do that next recording. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.